Hello and welcome back to Hevsel Weekly. In this week's episode, we will talk about the recent drone strikes in Kyiv that sadly caused 16 civilians to lose their lives, the recent archaeological discoveries in Morocco, the ongoing cholera outbreak, and much more. So without further ado, let's get started on this week's headlines. On the 28th of this month, a series of Russian drone strikes struck a residential area in the capital of Ukraine, Kyiv, killing at least 16 civilians and injuring dozens more. According to Ukrainian authorities, the attacks caused widespread property damage and crippled critical infrastructure, which dislocated hundreds of residents. Emergency crews worked throughout the day to pull survivors out of the rubble, while President Volodymyr Zelensky and other Ukrainian officials condemned the strikes as deliberate terror against the civilian population. International reaction regarding the strikes came from all over the world. The EU and the United States both issued statements denouncing the attacks. Most of the drones that were used in the attack were also produced in Iran. Many analysts noted that the strikes also reflected Moscow's continued reliance on Iranian-made drones and equipment. Meanwhile, in Beijing, where preparations are currently underway for a major military parade, both the Russian President Vladimir Putin and the North Korean President Kim Jong-un will attend the ceremony alongside Chinese President Xi Jinping. The whole event is viewed as a calculated display of unity between Moscow, Pyongyang, and Beijing. Furthermore, President Putin announcing that he will be attending the parade after the strikes on Ukraine caused a large international backlash. The parade is going to be held at Beijing, showcasing the new hypersonic missile systems China has acquired. Paleontologists in Morocco have uncovered what is now considered the world's oldest known ankylosaur fossil. The specimen, dating back to approximately 168 million years ago, predates the previously discovered ankylosaur remains by nearly 20 million years. Ankylosaurs, often described as armored tanks of their era, were distinguished by their heavily plated bodies with defensive spikes. The fossil, described as bristling with spikes, provides a new insight into the evolutionary timeline of armored dinosaurs, proving that their defensive adaptations developed millions of years before we previously thought they did. Last Thursday, Nigerian officials had to confront the rapidly spreading cholera outbreak in their northwestern region. According to several Nigerian sources, at least 8 people have died and more than 200 others have been infected in recent days. Health authorities attributed this outbreak to contaminated water sources following the seasonal flood which left many communities in the area without access to clean drinking water. In collaboration with certain UN-backed international organizations, Nigerian authorities began distributing oral rehydration solutions, water purification tablets, and antibiotics while setting up emergency treatment centers. Thank you for tuning in to Hevsel Weekly. We'll be back next week at the same time with more updates from all around the world. Until then, stay informed and take care.